and welcome back. Today I am sharing my winter reading wrap-up covering December, January, and February. Instead of going through every single book that I read, I wanted to keep this a little bit more curated and cozy. So I'm sharing my top 5 books from each month, along with how many books I read overall. So you'll get a mix of stats and my standout favorites for the season. Winter reading always feels a little different for me. I naturally reach for cozy, emotional, and sometimes chaotic romance reads. And these picks really reflect that. Starting with December, I read a total of 20 books, and this was definitely my peak cozy reading month, but here are my top 5. We have Honeymoon Phase by Amy Dawes. This one was so cute. I love the friends to lovers dynamic, and seeing Luke fight to prove his love for Addison had me rooting for them the whole way. Plus, the rooster. I adore quirky pets and books, and this little addition gave the story so much charm. It held all that warm, cozy energy that I love reading in December. Merry Christmas, You Filthy Animal. Talk about chaotic holiday energy. I love this festive small town romance. Watching Atlas and Betty's relationship grow was so satisfying. What really sold me was the town rallying around them. It really felt like a community hug in book form. This one just screams December vibes. Funny, heartwarming, and full of holiday chaos. We have Training the Heart by Paisley Hope. I'm all about grumpy sunshine romance, and this one nailed it. Wade is so grumpy, Ivy is pure sunshine, and the contrast is perfect. Their goal of getting to the Kentucky Derby together gave their romance stakes beyond the emotional tension, and I love seeing how her energy helped him open up. Total heart eyes from start to finish. When Grumpy Met Sunshine by Charlotte Stein. This is another Grumpy Sunshine gem. Mabel, the curvy, cheerful writer, and Alfie, an ex-footballer, are thrown together under hilarious circumstances involving memoirs and mistaken assumptions. Watching Mabel start to fall for Alfie, and then seeing him dive headfirst into it, was just so cute. I loved the humor, the character growth, and the chemistry. Everything about this one just worked. Scrooged for the Holidays by Kayla Gross. Paranormal plus reverse harem and a plus-size female main character? Yes, please. This book had festive, magical energy and a romance that really hit all the right notes for a holiday read. It's fun, a little chaotic, and completely satisfying. It's going straight into my holiday rotation every year. December was cozy, chaotic, and full of heart. The perfect start to the winter reading season. January. I read a whopping 31 books this month, and here are the 5 that really stood out. The Mating Game by Lana Ferguson. Lana Ferguson did not disappoint. Tess thinks she's a normal human, but signs point to her being a late presenting Omega. And her client, Hunter, is an Alpha. The tension, the slow burn attraction, the little moments where they almost give in, I loved it. Plus, paranormal romance is my jam, so this book felt like it was written just for me. A Pack of Cozy by Veronica Samick. This one had everything I love. A plus-size female main character, cozy small-town vibes, and a reverse harem. Callie gets stuck in a snowstorm and meets Bax, Seth, and Connor. They want her heart immediately, but life throws challenges their way. I loved watching them navigate their feelings while forming a found family dynamic, and honestly, it was just so warm and satisfying. Whiskey Business by Elliot Fletcher. The Wanderlust vibes. Set in Scotland with April returning to her family's whiskey distillery, this one was perfection. Malcolm struggles with her being back, but the romance feels earned, realistic, and sweet. I love how the distillery setting grounded the story and gave the romance a grounded emotional layer. Shifter's Faded Summer by Allie Hollis. This book was intense. Summer is rescued from being a vampire slave by Cade, Luca, and the rest of the pack. She is found out to actually be a wolf shifter, and the romance heats up fast. There's spice, tension, kidnapping, and fated mates drama, and it all works. It's a roller coaster, but one I loved every second of. And finally, Healed by My Hide by Honey Phillips, another Fairhaven Falls favorite. Chloe is starting over, meets Dr. Victor Jackson, and of course, sparks fly. I loved how protective he was, the slow emotional reveal, and Chloe's determination to love him for who he really is. Fairhaven Falls books just hit that perfect cozy romance spot every time. January felt experimental, intense, and emotional. Paranormal, cozy, and spicy all rolled together. And I loved every bit. Finally, February. I read 16 books, and it was a mix of everything. These 5 were my absolute favorites. Highland Hideaway by Lily Gold. I loved seeing the flip side of social media woven into a romance story. All 3 men showed so much care for Summer. Alec was the ultimate protector, Cameron carried her through rough patches, both literally and figuratively, and Fraser grounded her emotionally. It was chaotic at times, but I love how she pulled together and helped save the farm. And watching the men finally admit their feelings was so satisfying. Reading Meadow by Allie Hollis. This is a companion to Shifter's Faded Summer, and it was just fantastic. Meadow runs from her parents after they try and force a mating, ends up with Brooks, Camden, and Theo, and real feelings start developing. There's so much found family energy, pack bonding, and emotional growth. It's spicy, heartwarming, and a total thrill to read. A Pack of Leather by Veronica Samick. Winnie is accidentally bitten by a mysterious alpha and flees home to Lakeside Point. The alpha sheriff steps in to help rebuild the pack's bonds, as he used to be part of the pack that the mystery alpha is part of. I love the small town vibes, the found family energy, and the way the romance unfolded naturally. This one just hit all my comfort and tension spots perfectly. 3 Swedish Mountain Men by Lily Gold. Reverse harem, again. I am so here for it. Daisy is running from a cruel online campaign and ends up in a small Swedish town. Eli, Cole, and Riven all have their own personalities and conflicts with her, and I loved how the misunderstandings got resolved. It's cute, cozy, and just an easy, fun read. Brownies for My Grumpy Bunny by Honey Phillips. Another Fairhaven Falls book. Sarah starts fresh in town and clashes immediately with her neighbor Ben. Watching him slowly give in to his feelings, like going to her kindergarten class just because she asked, was adorable. This book was sweet, cozy, and such a great addition to the series. February had some of the strongest reads this winter. Paranormal, reverse harem, and cozy small town romance all wrapped together beautifully. Looking at each month, my December favorite was Honeymoon Phase. That one just had such a cozy, cute energy and really set the tone for my winter reading. For January, my favorite was The Mating Game. That one was just so fun and perfectly hit that paranormal romance vibe that I love. And for February, my favorite was Highland Hideaway. And that's also my overall favorite for the entire winter, I think. This one just really stayed with me. I loved the characters, the dynamics, and it just hit everything I want in a winter read. Let me know in the comments what your favorite winter read was. I'd love to know. And if you enjoy cozy seasonal content, don't forget to subscribe. I try and post new videos every Sunday. Thanks for watching, and remember, stay cozy and keep reading.